Hello wonderful people and welcome back to Coffee Over Apples. My name's Steph. Here on Coffee Over Apples we do lots of book related shenanigans, anime and manga things, drawing and cooking and lots more stuff. But today I am here to give you my February TBR game, Bookish Blackjack.
It could change the world.
Here's the way that the game works. Bookish Blackjack is based off of the casino game Blackjack, otherwise known as 21. The rules for the game are printed in the description below if you'd like to read them. However, I will give you a quick overview. I have a deck of cards which have many different prompts on them. Every month I play with a different treat as my casino chips. In order to win the game, I am playing against the dealer, so I am trying to get as many cards to add up to the number 21 as close as possible without going over. If I go over, then the dealer wins. If the dealer goes over, then I win. Whoever gets closer to the number 21 without going over wins that round. If I lose a round, I have to take a challenge from my newly labeled challenge jar. I was calling this a punishment jar. However, I think that putting different things in here that are not necessarily just things that I dislike, but rather things that are just going to push me outside of my comfort zone seems a lot more fun to me for this game. So there are things in here that are bookish things that I don't want to read, things that I'm not interested in, and also things that'll either make my TBR longer or just get me to read something that I wouldn't usually read. When I want to take another card, I can say hit, and when I want to stay where I am and not take any more cards, I can say stay. The way that the cards are counted are Jack, Queen, and King all count as a 10, and an ace can count as a number 1 or a number 11. Meaning that a 5 card plus an ace card could either equal 6 or it could equal 16, depending on if I want to take more cards. A queen card plus an 8 card would equal an 18. The one casino rule that I keep forgetting to explain during every video is that the dealer has to at least take cards up until they get to the number 17. That is an actual casino rule. So if the dealer has 16, then they have to keep hitting unless they're already worth more than what I have. I hope those rules make sense. Here we go. Welcome to the casino board. This month we will be playing with chocolate covered cherries. Round 1. Whoa, okay, what a start. So I'm starting off with a 10 at Fantasy and a 6 at Published between 2000 to 2010. But I kind of have to assume that the dealer has 21. Do I want to hit? Oh, I'm so scared. Yes. Oh, 5 at Female Author. Oh my goodness, that's 21. Yes! See what the dealer has. Oh, dealer has, so this could count as either a 2 or a 22, but either way, it doesn't matter because I'm at 21. Oh yeah. I win, I win, I win, I win. I win these cards. For the card, Female Author. I'm gonna go with the pick for my sci-fi book club, the Interstellar Book Club, perfection. Great thing that this came out because we are reading in the month of February, Record of a Spaceborne Few by Becky Chambers. If you're new here, then you might not know that we are hosting a Wayfarers series read-along, and this is the third book in the Wayfarer series. This book is so... This series is amazing. Like, it is just so happy. And I'm so used to dystopian sci-fi fiction that I don't know what to do with myself with this series. It is taking me outside of my comfort zone, and that it is breaking down my ice cold heart. I don't know what to do with this. I've given everything that I've read by Becky Chambers up until this point 5 stars. The first book warmed my soul, and the second book is sending me through a loop as I'm currently reading it. Like, words cannot express how this series is making me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. It's set in different solar systems. We're following different found families. We're following different crews, different jobs, meeting different aliens, talking about societal structures and making so much social commentary about contemporary issues, but using awesome alien analogies, and it's just so good. I really can't tell you where this one's gonna go because the second one took a completely different direction than I thought it was gonna go. All I know is that this is going to steal my heart, and I need to brace myself for the warm, fuzzy blanket hug that is Becky Chambers' writing. It is amazing. But we're going to be talking about this on my channel here on Coffee Over Apples on February 28th at 3 p.m. EST and 8 p.m. GMT. The link to the Discord will be below if you'd like to chat with us in the Interstellar Book Club about this series. For the card, published 2000 to 2010. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. This is the larger book selection out of the Cosmere that we are reading for the Crab Along in February. Year-long Crab Along. It is going to be amazing. What I do know about this, because I'm not going into this completely blind, is that the magic system is based off of colors. I'm an artist. Like, how much more up my alley can that get, right? And there's a talking sword. I don't know. I don't judge. That sounds fun to me. Something about princesses, high magic. I don't know. But this is going to be my very first time reading any Brandon Sanderson, and I'm hoping to all the art gods, Bob Ross up in heaven, help me out. I hope I love this, because if I don't like Brandon Sanderson's writing, I feel like I'm going to let everyone down, because everyone loves his writing, and I really want to be part of the conversation. I want to get more into fantasy, which is one of my favorite genres. You know, like, how can I say I'm a fantasy fan and I haven't really read Brandon Sanderson? I don't know. The cover on this is so pretty. I saw Casey's copy. She has this in hardcover, and I wanted the hardcover so bad, but the artwork on here is just stunning. This was actually published in 2009, by the way. For the card, fantasy. I'm going to use this card for the other novella that I'm trying to read for the Cosmere Along. This is going to be 6th of Dusk. I'm trying to keep myself blind going into this. I know that all of Cosmere is supposed to be high fantasy. I am putting all my faith into Brando Sando and Bree and Casey's loving arms, because I don't know what I'm getting myself into. But we have over 100 crabs in the Discord to discuss it with, so. And I bet another chocolate-covered strawberry. Okay, so I've got Ace with free choice, 3 at borrowed book. Ace could count as a 1 or an 11, so I'm going to count this as 13 for now, and then I'm going to hit. And if I get too close to going over, then I'll count it back to being a 4. Oh, okay, so I've got 5 at set outside of US, so that's going to count as a 19. So I think I'm going to stay there, because that's pretty close. Let's see what the dealer has. Ooh, dealer has 13. Dealer has to continue hitting until they get to at least 17. And that's 17. So I win. Yes. I won these cards. Yes. No punishments. Which is a year-long Cosmere read-along hosted by Bree and Casey over at Books Before Death. I will be co-hosting for a couple of months along with a few other booktubers, but for the card, set outside of the US. This is fantastic because I really want to take part in the JP Lit Readathon that is happening in February. This is happening from February 8th to 14th. I will leave the information for the readathon below. But it's just all about appreciating Japanese literature, which is some of my favorite literature, and the past year I did not consume as much as I would have liked to. So I'm going to be doing a buddy read, actually, of The Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. This is, I don't know if it's classified as a novella. It's fairly short. It's 150 pages, so I think that kind of does classify it as a novella. But basically, from what I know, it's about this woman who, since she was able to work as a teenager, she got a job at her local convenience store, and she's perfectly happy working this cashier register job, I believe, at her local, like, corner store. And she's getting pressure from family members and everyone in her life saying, when are you going to get a real job? When are you going to go to college? Or when are you going to start a career? Are you going to be working minimum wage for the rest of your life? And she's actually perfectly happy where she is. She doesn't have the same ambitions for herself that everyone is choosing or trying to convince her to pursue. So this sounds really good. So many people have raved about this book. I have heard questionable things about some of Sayaka Murata's other writing, but this one has really good ratings, and this was sent to me by the lovely Christy Lou, who I will link in the description below. But I am going to be doing a buddy read of this with Natalie over at pastelwriter. So I'm super excited for us to read this together during the JP Litathon. For the card, free choice. I'm gonna go with one of the novellas that I am reading in February as part of the Crab Along. For this card, I'm going to go with the novella Shadows of Silence in the Forest of Hell. That name is so epic. Like, I'm here for it. Now, I plan on going into this completely blind. So, I don't know anything about this book, and I don't want to spoil it for me. I know that it's a novella, and I'm worried that because it's part of the Cosmere sphere, that by reading the back, it might spoil something for me. I know that Bree and Casey have delicately and eloquently explained why they have placed the order of reading in the order which they chose. So, you know what? I will leave the link below for the books. You can go and read the synopsis, but for the novellas, I don't want to know anything about it going in. For the card, borrowed book. So I'm actually going to be able to read through my library Inuyasha volumes 6 to 10, which I'm doing as a year-long reading challenge with my friend Sarah over at Sarah's Coffee Cup. And we're reading 5 volumes of Inuyasha every month because the entire series is like 56 volumes. So We read volumes 1 through 5 in January, and now we're going to read volumes 6 through 10 in February. So I could definitely use this for that. Inuyasha is a very old manga. I want to say it came out in like the late 90s, and I loved it growing up. It was fantastic. Really quickly, Inuyasha is a story about a girl who falls down her family's well at their temple in modern day and ends up in feudal Japan on the other side, come to find out that she has magical powers, and there is a boy who is half human, half demon, stuck to a tree who has a lot of baggage, and she ends up accidentally releasing him, and he ends up being bound to her while they go on a feudal quest. Very 90s, very fun, very adult, very gory. It's a good time. Also in the month of February, I'm going to be reading Horimiya and Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun for the monthly manga book club, the host club that I run with a couple other awesome booktubers. The announcement video for that will be coming out very soon, but those two look like slice of life comedy. I believe Horimiya might be set in an office setting, and I think the one that I know more about at the moment is Nozaki-kun. I believe we're following a high school teenager who's in love with some guy in her high school that is also a manga artist, which sounds really fun. They both look like comedies. We are reading the first 3 volumes of Nozaki-kun, and then we are also reading the first volume of Horimiya, and we are going to be discussing that on the live show over at Let Me in the Library, which is my friend Rachel's channel. I will leave the link to her channel down below. The live show will be held on February 21st at 9 a.m. PST, which is 12 p.m. EST, which is also 10:30 p.m. IST. No challenge February. Oh my goodness, this is only the second time since I started doing this TBR game that I don't have a punishment for a month, and I desperately need it because I'm still trying to finish books from December and January. I'm still trying to finish the 4th book in Game of Thrones. I'm like almost halfway at this point. It's over 1,000 pages. I want to say it's like almost 1,200 pages, and I'm on like page 400 something, I think. I also need to catch up on, because I said I was going to read The Divine Comedy in January, and I didn't get around to that. And I also still need to finish reading Zarathustra, which I did as a buddy read and totally fell off. So, yeah, I have a lot of reading to catch up on, but I'm super excited for all the reads that are coming up. I'm excited for the read-a-thons, I'm excited for the read-alongs, I'm excited for my first Brando Sando. Also, don't forget that I have a giveaway going on right now, and the full video announcement for that will be out soon, but you can already sign up if you follow me at Twitter and look at the pinned tweet on my profile. Okay guys, I post videos every week, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!